Okay, what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna check out all these 4Maxes here. And just, I don't know, maybe I've done this video before, but I don't know if I've done it in a while, so y'all might not have seen it. I'm just gonna compare. I know I haven't because this wasn't out. All right, let's just get into this.
Please hold. Jimislash. Please hold. Please hold for Jimislash.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out these real quick. The 4Max Scout 4Max, Cold Steel 4Max, and then one of my customized Demko 4Max. There we go, that's better, that's on camera. And I just want to talk to you about the differences, the similarities, and kind of the progression of the way I went through these. So let's just get into it real quick. We'll start with the custom. We'll start up here. Now this is, I don't even know if they're making these anymore, but these are usually in like $1,500 range. Check that out. M390 blade, carbon fiber. I don't know if you can see that very well. The Demko logo there on there. Really nice, pretty light. Feels really good in the hand. No markings on the blade. I didn't get this one signed yet. I should get this signed. Excellent lanyard. That came with it, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways, there you go. That's the Demko 4Max M390 and carbon fiber. All right, now here is a first run. Oh my gosh, every time I grab this knife. First run. Oh man. Cold Steel American 4Max. This knife is my favorite production knife ever. That's just the truth. Ever. It's never changed since I got my hands on one. Oh my gosh. That thing is so nice. The first run 4Maxes were the best. That's not even hyperbole. That's not even questionable. If you got any kind of argument against that, leave that down there as far as them being the best. They're the best. They come with that dog leg. They come smoothed out. Everything was just perfect on these. All right. Check that out. So there's that. That's got the 20 CV blade, which is pretty much the same blade as that. Of course, it doesn't have the pivot thing. I like that smoothed out G10. Let's see the thickness versions. Let's see that across the back. This one's not much, but it is definitely thinner. You can tell how much thinner it is across the back there. But very similar in the way they feel. This is a thinner version of this. Oh my gosh, that American 4Max, the first run. You know what? I would pay just a bunch of money for any of these I found. I wouldn't sell mine. My American 4Max is for less than like $500. And I know nobody wants to buy them, but they're getting hard to find. And I wouldn't sell them for less than that. So I'm just going to put the price at this one at $400 just to make it. But you can get the 4Maxes. You can get the Italian 4Max and the American 4Max right in the $300 range right now, $340, something like that. They've kind of gone up in the last year or so. They were floating around the $260 range, but I think now they're right around the $300 range. All right, and this is, of course, 4Max Scout. We looked at this. We beat up on one of them. That's not the one we beat up on. Check that out. This is awesome. It's got there's this specs right there. It's got the Grivix handle, which feels a lot like just textured G10. You wouldn't know the difference. If I told you that was textured G10, most of y'all wouldn't know the difference. And it's got the AUS 10 blade, the AUS 10A blade, which we beat the mess out of and just showed you that it was going to hold up really well. Still razor sharp after we beat it up. It's more comparable across the back with the 4Max. There you go, check that out. It looks a little thicker, but that's just illusion, I think. I think that's illusion, because look at that lock bar. They're about the same, right? Yeah, they're about the same. All right, so there you go. Now, let's look at how these look. Check that out. Does that one look a little bit longer? Or am I just imagining things? Yeah, I'm just imagining things. All right, so you're looking at about 1,500. Let's say 400, 300 to 400, and then right now you can get these if you find them in the $115 range. AUS 10, M390, 20 CV, G10 carbon fiber. If you're getting one of these made, they'll put probably anything you want on there. Not that they're making them right now. And then there's the Formax Scout. They all have that really wide pocket clip. A lot of people don't like it. I really like the pocket clip on those. This one's even wider. Reversible pocket clips, of course, on all these, so you can go left, right, and because of that triad lock, it makes it truly ambiguous. You got the lock back, so either way, they all close real nicely, one-handed. It's not like normal lock back. Some of them you have to be real careful and kind of close them a little bit and shake them, but these just close right there. Super easy. And the thing is, here's the deal. I know I've said it before to other people or in other videos. There's nothing you're going to do with these two that you can't do with this. You're not going to walk into a situation where your buddy has this Formax and you have this Formax Scout and he can do stuff you can't do. It's just not going to happen. It all comes down to what do you like, what are you looking for in your knife. You know, if you're looking for a custom or you're looking for that relationship with a custom maker and you really like this one, this is how mine went. So of course it went Formax first, and then it went Formax or Cold Steel Formax, then it went Demco Custom, and then of course they came out with this. In between here and here I had about 10 Formaxes though. So I love the Formax. Just any iteration of the Formax is just amazing to me. But that being said, this, you might go, oh man, I like the Formax Scout so much, I'm going to try the real Formax because I want some 20 CV in my life. And then you get this one and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to save up my pennies and give me the custom. Or you might start with the custom and think, man, I really like the custom, but I don't want to use it all the time. I'm going to get me a Formax. And then that'll lead you to a Formax Scout because I don't want to use that one all the time either. I know it's a beast of a knife. It'll take anything I'd want to give it. But I got my EDC Formax right here. So all my really good American first run Formaxes are in a sleep cocoon. So I can break out this one. This one is like a third run. The second runs, they had that lock bar that was kind of sticking up. If you remember that, go back and check some of my first videos out. And then the third run, they fixed it. It didn't have that dog leg, but didn't have any issues. And right after this run, they went into the Italian Formaxes. All right, but there you go. It's just a short video. Check out the Formaxes. I'm sending this on to a friend of mine to check out. And so I wanted to get one more video out of it real quick because I just was in a Formax mood. I was like, oh, I got to get some Formaxes out. I'm telling you, you guys, if you like these kind of knives, if you like the Cold Steel 8010, get you one of these. This is right up there, man. It's such a good knife. And then you're probably gonna just want to keep moving up the ladder if you're like that kind of person where you're like, well, I want to get into some more expensive knives. These are more expensive knives, but they're not better knives necessarily. The steel is fantastic, but this steel is going to do everything you need it to do. If you got to go get some revenge by stabbing some dude's tires, this is going to help you out. This is going to be the one. There's a good story about that, my brother and me. Let's see, what's the statute of limitations on tire stabbing? All right, we'll come back to that later. I'm not sure he wants that information out there. Let's see here. So, any of the Formaxes you can get your hands on is a good Formax. In the secondary market, you could probably pick up some of the older American Formaxes, like the third and second runs. If you're paying more than $250 on the secondary market, you're not looking hard enough. And on these ones, on the first run Formaxes, man, $400, I don't think it's too much. Just because of how rare they are and because of what a good knife it is. You can tell the difference. There's a video out there of me picking up these things blindfolded and being able to tell which one's which, just between how the finish feels on them. So you can go check that video out too. Let's see what else is going on. I'm saying a lot. Bad. Cold Steel Formax Scout, just amazing knife. Still my favorite knife this year. I know we're only 3 months in. My favorite new knife of the year is that I can't see anything beating this, just because I love the Formax so much. It's gonna take something amazing, and I just don't see it. There's been some great knives come out. Don't get me wrong, but this one is the best one for me so far. Of course, this was the best knife that year for me, and just about every year after that. This is just my favorite knife ever as far as production knives. And then, of course, this one. This is not my favorite custom. Y'all know what my favorite custom is. Put it down there, you know. Especially the ones that have been here a while. They know. Y'all know my favorite custom. All right? If you don't, you can go check that Swags video out. I mentioned that in there. She asked me that question. I think that's about it. Like I said, I'm sending that off. I want to get it out, and I wanted to answer some questions if y'all had any about the differences, or which one you should get, or if this is worth it, or if this is worth it. These are worth it if you're willing to, if that's what you're kind of wanting to do. If you're looking for a high-end knife and you got the money and you're saying, I'm going to go ahead and do that, then these are definitely worth it. This one is worth it on any level. If you're just looking for a knife to buy, man, this is a great knife. The one question I have is about the pivot on these, and I was going to open these two up and make a video about that this weekend, but I didn't do it because I was so afraid of ganking this up before I sent it out to my friend to check out, and I didn't want them to get a ganked up knife. So this is going to be sent out in like a perfect condition, so they don't have to review a goofy knife with stripped out torque screws and whatever that I might do to it. So I'll do that when it comes back, and we'll check out the innards of these two and see what the pivots look like. And I'm thinking it's just the head is going to be smaller on this one. I don't think they'd actually make the pivot shaft itself smaller, but we'll see when we check it out. We'll open them up and have a look-see. All right, I think that's it. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you're gonna do eventually? I know some of y'all are gonna do that. It makes me out of some of y'all's price ranges. I understand that. Same thing with this one. I'm telling you, get you one of these. I mean, if you're into that high-end steel, it's hard to beat these knives. And you can beat the mess. You can go back and check my videos. I've beat the fire out of that triad lock. I can't kill it. And of course, the 4MAX Scout, just amazing knife. I think that's it. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Here, like my video here, and leave your comments, and then check out the rest of my videos. I think that's it. I'll talk to y'all later.